welcome to my podcast. My name is Zhelle. My website is zhelle.dk and I am talking to you from Copenhagen. This is my second podcast. I think the first one went pretty well. I learned quite a bit from it. No washing machine on while recording. That is a silly idea. I had to remove quite a bit of footage because it just kept spinning. Also, put phone on silent. Hadn't done that. I thought I'd done that, but I really hadn't done that. And I said a lot of times. So I am consciously trying to not do that this time. So we'll see how that goes. I talked about the Secret Paths shawl last time that I was making, and I finished it. I haven't blocked it yet, but it looks like this. It's so pretty. I have to say, some of the stitches I was not crazy about, but the finished result is absolutely amazing. It's not as big as I thought it would be. Right now it's, if I stretch it, it's like a wingspan, so it's sort of big, but I'm gonna block it and hopefully it will go even bigger. I hope so anyway. It was the Infinity Hearts Azalea yarn I used for this in the colorway Sunrise. Sunrise or Sunset? What? It was Sunrise because I'm thinking that this is more of a sunset, and I looked at the colorway and I thought, oh, well, they thought of a bit of the same thing when they made the colorway. It's very pretty. So I have finished it. I also need to sew in the ends. I haven't done that yet. There's all of 2 ends to sew in, and then I need to block it. And I'm going to show you when it's blocked. I'm going to measure it. I haven't measured the width of it yet, or the length of it. But I'm going to measure it before I block, and then I'm going to measure it after I blocked it, so I can see how much it's actually expanded and if it helped at all. I do hope it did. I do hope it does. So I finished that, which is really good. I have also worked on, it's a Schriepjes crochet along called The Last Dance on the Beach, and it's back from 2016. And I bought the color pack back then, but I can show you what I've done so far. Made the gauge square. Well, anyway, the square that shows how big all the other squares are supposed to be, because the project is designed by 12 different crochet designers, which all have different tensions. So this one is to measure whether all the other ones actually fit together when all of them are done. I haven't done that many yet. I'm going to show, I have them here next to me. I have done the first week. Looks like that. It's the right way up, I think. It is the right way up. Very, very pretty. And I have done all 4 of them. See, can see if I can hang them all up. There's 3 of them. And then there's a 4th one that I have to redo, because for some reason my tension went completely off in one of them, and I can't remember why, because I made these back in 16. But the tension of this one, I think I used a different hook on it compared to the other ones. So it's quite a lot smaller. I do think I have enough yarn in that colorway so I can do one more. I hope so, otherwise I have to undo this and then redo it. So I hope I have enough. That was the first one. Then I did the second week. That was the first week out of the 12 weeks that they had with different patterns. That was the first one. Second one is Star Stitch, which is this way. I actually thought I sewed in the ends and all of it, but not on this one. I think this was the last one I did. And then I thought, yes, I am done with those 4, so I can start on a new one. But this is the next one, Star Stitch, which is very, very pretty. And I did these, but I think I did these in 17, except for the border of the last one, which I took it out a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I took it back out and I realized that I had done the whole square of this one except for the border, which is silly, but now it's done and I have done all 4 of those as well. There's a stitch marker. But yeah, I've done all 4 of these. That's done. And I have actually started on the 3rd week here in 2019. So for me, it's sort of, you know, a square a year or 4 squares a year instead of a week. But this is the 4th one, the 3rd one that I have started on. And I did it with the hook number. Let's see if I can remember what hooks I did it with. I started with doing it with the hook size 4. Because because the 2 hooks here I have is 5mm and 4.5mm. And the reason is that I do the first row, what is it you call them? The chain stitches I do in 1 size bigger, because otherwise my tension is way too tight on the first row. So I do that did that in size 5, and then the rest I'm doing in size 4.5. First I did in size 4, it's too small, and then I unpicked it all, and I had done a few rows, unpicked it all, but unpicking it is such a hassle. I have to say, I think one of the reasons to why I've sort of stopped every time I've started is I am not crazy with the quality of the yarn, I have to say. It is let's see if I have the band. I have the band here. It's the Zhelle Color Crafter band, but I don't know, I don't like the quality of it. You can see on how much I unpicked. I don't really like the quality of it. I think in hindsight I should have probably saved up a bit more and then bought the I'm not sure what the other yarn they use for it is called. I have that. I printed out the whole pattern and I have it in a little booklet. The other one they use is Zhelle Wool Merino Soft. So it's the Merino Soft, which is a extra fine merino wool. And there's there's 50% superwash merino in, 25% microfiber and 25% acrylics. So they have also done it in that, and I think I haven't touched it because I don't think there's an actual like physical shop in Denmark, at least not in Copenhagen area, where you can get, I think it's called Zhelle. And there's not a shop where you can get it, so I can't actually go and touchy-feel it. And if I had, I probably wouldn't have gone with this one. But done is done. So I have just started on the 3rd week, which is this one. It's going all right. I am very, very happy for the videos that comes with it. It's the I can't remember. She's called Esther, but I can't remember her blog, but I can put it in the bottom. But she has done videos to go along with all the squares, which is probably a lifesaver for me. Very happy she's done that. So hopefully next time I can show you some progress on the 3rd one, other than, don't even know how many rows I have here, 3 rows. So yeah, I am doing that. Just chuck them all back in there so I know where everything is. So yeah, I've done that. I think I just need to power through, because it's the last Dance in the Rain colorway I've chosen, and the end result is beautiful. I just need to soldier through and get it done, because it's just not that very nice to work with. What can you do? You learn all the time. I have also, well, I will just talk about the last crochet project that I've just started. Well, I've just started it 4 times. And the first 2 I have unraveled again. The third one I'm probably going to unravel. Fourth one I'm not going to unravel. It is the Lost Doily Crochet Along by Mio Crochet. It started Monday, the 29th of April. So that's this Monday. And then there's going to be 2 more rounds of it. And the doilies are so pretty. And because it's doilies, and she's done it in both a cotton and she's done it in a thread as well. And that's also the I can't pronounce it. The Schriepjes yarn. I think it's pronounced like that. The big one, the official one is, I think it's Katona it's called. And the little one is Maxi Sugar Rush or Sweet Treat or something like that. It's called something sweet. So that's the thread she's doing it. So I have started, this is my 3rd attempt. It's very, very tiny. So what my thought was, because it's a doily, I was going to do the inner part in, see if I can get it to focus on that and not my nails. So this is the thread version, and because it's a doily, as I was about to say, I wanted to do it in just 1 colour, maybe 2 colours. Originally I had it for 4 colours, but I've decided no, I'm just going to do it in 1 colour. Well, I decided that, and then I thought, because I was going to do it in this colour, which is a blue Puppets Eldorado. I think the brand might be Eldorado, and then the actual yarn is, no, the brand is Coats, and then it's Puppets Eldorado, and it's in all of these beautiful blues, and also have it in purple and in green as well, but I don't have those out, but I have it in this blue. But then when I started it in this colour, I only did 2 rows of it because I didn't think that the rows were correct. I didn't think the tension was correct. So I unpicked it. But it sort of messed up. Well, it didn't mess up the pattern. You just couldn't see the actual structure of the pattern very well. So I am not sure I am going to continue with this colour. But my thought was that I was going to start with the inner part of it in this one, and then I was going to do the most part of the doily in the blue, and then end with this one as well. Because my thought was, because as I said, I have it in green and in purple as well, I was going to make all the centers in this one and all the edges in this one as well. And then the big part of the doilies was going to be green and blue and purple. I'm not sure if my idea on that is going to stick, but I'm going to try. We'll see. But as I said, I've done it 4 times. So this is the 3rd attempt. 1st and 2nd is picked out. And this one I'm probably going to pick out again because I'm going to do it with a 2mm crochet hook. I started with a 2. Thought, that doesn't look right. I'm going to do 2.5. Did that. Looks the same, but just a little bit looser. And then I put it in the, Mio Crochet has a Facebook group called Mio Crochet Hangout, I think it's called. And in there, I posted it and said, does it look right? And they were like, yeah, the 3rd row is going to do all the magic. Great stuff. I've only done the 2 first rows every single time. So I'm going to do it again with a 2mm crochet hook and see how it goes after the 3rd round. But that was the 3rd one. The 4th one I'm done. I'm actually using yarn and colour. Well, I'm just going to say quickly that the thread one, it's in, I think it's Lamy Yarns Cotton Crochet 10 I'm doing it in. And this is a thread size 10 and this is a thread size 12, but the actual meterage and stuff on it is sort of the same. So that's why I'm gonna do those, see how it goes. Back to the big one, because I'm doing a big one as well. It's gonna be sort of a similar size as the one she's done in Katona, and I'm using these Yarn and Colors Must Have, and I'm using, you can see these 4 colors. See if I can balance some more. There we go. Last one's black. So a black one, and I'm using ice blue, and I am using amethyst and clematis. So they're very, very pretty colors. And I have done a bit more on that. I've actually gone past the 2nd row. I've done, I think it's 3 rows on this one so far. It does look like this one. It's quite pretty. And the colors is actually, I checked to see because I don't have the Schriepjes Kartona and I wanted to do it. And this one, the Yarn and Colors, it's the same weight, it's the same, almost the same, well, it's the same, again, I'm not going to say it, but the same sort of tension squares that they do. I need to figure out how to say that word. And it's the same length and everything on it, so they should be interchangeable. So I've done those, and I am using them from, let's see if I can handle it, because it's open and I have all the stuff I use for it in here. Hold it up. It's from the little box of crochet, and then it says, I call it the Celestial box. And this project that was in that I didn't like, so I figured I can use them for this instead. Because the Mio Crochet one is also 4 colors, and this is 4 colors when it's going to be there, so it's going to be so nice, I think. I hope it's going to be big. It's going to be over 50 centimeters. I think it's like 52 centimeters it's going to be. So it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. So that was the Lost Doily Crochet Along I am doing. I am also, I'm just going to find it, because I talked about last time that I was going to get some yarn for a sweater, for a knitted sweater. And I got the yarn. It was on sale, so I figured I might as well get it. It looks like this. It's right now it's in this box. I'm just trying to get it out of. It came in this, and I thought I didn't get a kit because there's all the happiness in the kit. I thought I didn't get a kit, but of course it's yarn balls. I put them all in here, which was good because the box it came in was destroyed by the post. But I'm not sure if it was destroyed by the postman, but it was. They taped it back together. So I have 3 balls of the petite wool from We Are Knitters, and it's in the colorway Spotted Green. Look at the squishiness. Look at the squishiness. It's so pretty and it's so soft. So all I need now is the 8mm knitting needles, and then I'm going to be good to go. So yeah, I'm looking so much forward to trying on that sweater. It's going to be so good. It's so gorgeous and so squishy. And it's going to be a stretch to do a sweater. I mean, I've done 2 scarves and now I'm going to do a sweater. But if you don't aim, well, what is it they say? Aim for the moon, and if you miss, you'll land among the stars. We'll see if it goes with that one. But I bought it and I'm gonna do it, and we'll see how it goes, and I'll show you the progress when I have any on it. I am also have done a little bit of embroidery. I did talk about the embroidery that I'm doing last time and the group I'm in. I think it was just before I did that podcast, I had a week where I did like 1100 stitches. It killed it for me. It completely killed it for me. It was a stretch and I was stressed about it, so I sort of stopped for a bit, but I am back. But I did stop for a bit. But now we are doing a Quidditch tournament, and now I'm jumping back in. So I'm just gonna attach this needle so it doesn't go anywhere. So I am working on my bookmark at the moment. It is the Damask Rose bookmark by, I think it's Textile Crafts or Heritage Craft. I'm gonna put a link in the podcast notes. But this is so far how far I've got. No, I haven't done it all in these couple of days. I've done a little bit in these days. But right now we get a point for every 100 stitches that we do. So I'm hoping to do at least 100 stitches on this. It's done in 3 threads, and it's really soft fabric. So I'm not completely happy with it, but I'm gonna go through with it because I want to finish it as well, because I think it's a beautiful project. But it's just a bit annoying to sit with, but it's gonna be good. I'm trusting it. It's gonna be fine. I'm also I think it's still within the same sort of range of crafts, but it's sewing. I have bought fabric, and I have bought a pattern so I can make trousers for my little baby. And it looks like this, look. It's little foxes on it. And I'm not sure what the colour is showing up, but it's sort of like a green, it is a green colour. First one I actually thought was blue, but it is green. And green little foxes. I think it's pretty. And I bought 2 patterns. I bought 2 pattern packs, I think it is. So there's both I have a little boy, so I'm not going to do the dresses, but I'm going to do the, let's see if I can reach, the bodies. I'm going to try and see how that goes. But the first thing I'm going to do, because that was apparently the sort of the easiest thing to do, is to do the trousers. You see there's both with pockets and without pockets. And I think she said I have enough fabric for probably 2 pairs. So I might first do the trousers without the pockets, and then after I'm going to try and do it with the pockets and see how that goes. And then when I hopefully have finished that, then I can buy some more fabric and I can maybe do some of the other patterns in here. So that's another venture to start on. I have sewn a little bit. I have sewn some aprons and some other things that I can't remember because it's quite a while since I have sewn, but it's right over there, the sewing machine. I'm going to take it out and I'm going to see what I make of it. I would also like to show you, since last time I have bought a new hook set. It is the Knit Pro Rose Gold limited edition set, and there's right now quite a few hooks missing because I'm using them. There's 4 hooks missing so far. That's right now because I'm using them for both for the blanket I was doing, but also the 2 doilies I'm doing. So I'm missing 4 hooks right now. But I like it. It's a good what I like about it, what I really like about it, is the coating on the crochet hooks. I thought it was the same as the Clover Amour, the yellow ones, the like curry yellow ones, and it's not. So I'm a bit disappointed with that, but it's overall they're really nice hooks. I do like the Clover Amour ones more. They didn't have a case with all of them in though, and I don't want to buy them individually. Well, I'm probably going to. I already have one, but for now I wanted a case, and these are nice enough. They're quite nice, so I'm very happy with them because it's very nice and rose gold. Apparently it's a limited edition, that's what it says on the package when you buy it, but I don't know how limited it is. I also went to a craft fair on Sunday. Well, it wasn't a craft fair, it was sort of like a design fair thing, but I bought 2 project bags. I bought this one, which is like, it's supposed to be like a cosmetic bag, but I use it as a craft bag and it works. Look, it's this nice red, I don't know if is it velvet or something that's inside. It's really nice. And this one right now occupies all the things I need for this, and I really like it. It's a good size, it's a really good size for both some crochet projects, but also embroidery projects. So that's the first one I got, and right now I can't remember where I got it from. It says here Elvangerne is what it says. I think I found her on Instagram, and I'm linking to that in the podcast notes. But it's so nice. I also got another project bag. The camera just cut out for some reason, and I don't know why. But yeah, I want to show you this one as well. That's the last thing I'm going to show you today. And it's the, what did that go, that one there? It's from Emilia's Verden, so Emilia's World. And it's it's a little rucksack really. It's like the gym bags that you used back in time. But the reason why I wanted it so big was because I have this one in here. It could fit a big hoop, so that's why I wanted it. And the inside as well, the lining is really nice as well. Plus some little flowers. So it's so pretty, and it has 2 pockets in, so it's very, very useful. I'm very, very happy with that. It's very squishy and soft, so it will protect them properly. So that is all I had to show you today. I hope I had less than last time. I have tried to focus on it, so we'll see how that is when I edit this. There's going to be podcast notes on the blog. I'm going to link to that in the description box. And I think that was all I wanted to say today. So I hope that you're gonna have some great weeks, and I will see you again soon.